What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome to the Diablo Research Institution. I am your host, Professor Icedeck. Appreciate you guys for coming by. Like the video if you haven't yet. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the page and hit the bell so you're notified next time I post a video. And blessings to my channel members and my patrons. May your finances be blessed and may you have many wives. Links in the description below. And blessed is he who is not offended by me. So here now is my droid. Yes, but not just any droid. This is a replica of the droid that I currently have on the ladder, and he's now level 85. But the thing is, dog, I miss having my hombres, alright? My homies. My homes, my wolfies and all that, the beads, and the bear, and the godly mercenary, which I have regardless, but I really just miss having a big army and just being able to chill. Like, the wind droid is kind of a lot of work, and I don't have Enigma, so I have to constantly teleport around with my teleport staff and recharge the damn thing. And, the NATOs don't always hit, obviously. So, the wind droid, I think, really excels at teleportation, because you can get really close to every enemy you have to toss your tornadoes at, and then you have a better chance of hitting them. Even though almost the same could be said with the summon droid, obviously teleport's very important for crowd control. Your crowd, that is. But nonetheless, I feel like the wind droid kind of has the edge when it comes to directly benefiting from teleport, because it's just really annoying with a wind droid when you can't teleport, man. But aside from all that, I do like having the homies where I can watch a video on YouTube while playing. I can just sit back and chill, eat a piece of cake or something. Although I am pursuing a healthier diet. So eat a salad or some shit. But nonetheless, I just miss being able to chill out. So I gave him all the gear that I have on the ladder right now. Which does include, a perfect FCR spirit. The first time I rolled it, I found a 4-socketed sword in the Den of Evil Nightmare. Like second to the first place you could find the damn thing. I'm quite sure while you're doing a playthrough. So I was very pleased with that. And the first spirit I rolled had 35 FCR. I also rolled a perfect insight the first time I rolled an insight. It was on an ethereal poleaxe that I socketed via Larzuk. And I rolled 17 meditation, so I was pretty pleased with that. But nonetheless, I have Trine gloves on them. I have a Nagel ring, so not really affecting the gameplay. Just MF here. I actually gave this guy another perfect Nagel ring, just because I wanted rings that basically don't do shit for him. In fact, here, let me just take those damn things off for now, shall I? A blade buckle, something I was wearing on the ladder, just for the 5 strength benefit, so I could equip the spirit shield that I made. I found Spirit Shroud. Basically, a 1 droid skill amulet, currently on ladder. My droid has a 2 to Ella skill amulet. So I gave him this along with a 1 summon skill. And yeah, it's perfect, but so what? He's safe anyway. The 440 life or whatever isn't going to save him. Doesn't really need it. He's just chilling behind all his homies. So I wanted to match the skills I could have on the ladder. Because right now, I didn't respec yet to summon again. I don't know if I'm going to. I wanted to test it out here to see how well this one does. So I have about the same plus the skills. Just some junky boots with 30 faster run walk, the classic treads of Catan. Is that how you say? And a spirit shield. Alright. And on letter, I did trade. Well, I got the better end of the deal. I found Laying of Hands gloves from Mephisto Quest. And Baza gave me a Jalal's Mane for them. And I found Jalal's Mane to be freaking epic for a wind droid. The 5 mana per kill is just awesome. And of course the other great stats you get from it. So let's see how well this fares. Let me go to the Frigid Highlands. And I'll show you my damage afterward. Alright, I'll show you my skills. Because I'm really curious to see if this is going to be worth a damn. And my mercenary has his might activated already. I do have teleport staff on Switch. Oh my god! Oh my goodness. That's better than I thought. Oh my god! Shit. Should I respec? Alright, just an example. So I basically, my summons are level 29. And yeah, Spirit Wolf has horrible damage. This is the worst of the summons. Some argue don't even have the damn thing out because it gets in the way. But it does help mitigate damage, of course. And you can have 5 of them out, which can work for you against you, as mentioned, because they do get in the way of your actual damage-dealing summons, aside from the Ravens, which is why Summon Druid, in theory, I think is awesome, because the Ravens can fly over shit, they fly over the rivers, they fly over gaps and all that, they fly across the void in the Arcane Sanctuary, so they can get to the enemies quick, and they can go over your other homies, obviously. So yeah, the Spirit Wolves, in this case though, I like having them on. My resists suck. I don't have Cyclone Armor now because I'm not a Wind Droid. I don't have it maxed out. Which I'm going to miss if I do switch back to Summon. But yeah, dog. What do you guys think about it so far? Let me show you those skills in just a minute here. Oh my goodness, I just can't believe how good this is. I mean, I wasn't expecting much, that's the thing. Yeah, really, it sucks, kind of, right? It sucks. The Summon Droid needs work. They all need to do basically twice the damage. This is Players 1 Hell, alright? And I don't have necessarily the cheapest of gear. I do have, in theory, a 2-skill amulet, right? Because I have that Summon GC to add to the other skill to that amulet. And I have a Spirit Shield and a 2-skilled helm and a 2-skilled main hand weapon. I'm going to get 29 dual skills. So yeah, it's pretty low range in terms of how expensive this build is, but I would say it's at the higher end of cheap. All right, this is a slightly higher end of cheap, and you can control your Ravens, which is cool. Oh my goodness, this is chill. Look at them kill that shit. And okay, let me try. Oh my god! If only this was ladder right now. It's not ethereal, obviously, but it ain't that ain't half bad right there. All right, let's see how well he does the Trav, because currently my Wind Droid, I'll teleport to the Trav. Half the time I'll get my ass kicked. I go barreling right in there with Cyclone Armor up, with my Mercenary all decked out. Half the time he'll die. It's just he's not amazing. My Mercenary does not have Treachery. Here's the difference, all right? My Mercenary's a little better here. It's still cheap. I mean, this one has a Shaled Reaper's Toll, non-ethereal, a Treachery, and yeah, it's in an Eth Archon plate, but does defense really matter in D2? I mean, if you run, it goes bye-bye. So, he has Treachery, whereas my one on ladder has a Hustle. Hustle is awesome. It has its benefits, but right now I'm going to use Treachery. And there's G-Face, which I don't have on the ladder, which I would like to get, and this just has a plain IS jewel in it. So basically, with Reaper's Toll, you want your Mercenary to have 75 total IS on him to hit a very nice breakpoint. It has to be 75, no less. And I have achieved that. 45, 55, 65, and then 80 with this 15 right here. So you could actually achieve this with Hustle. Because Hustle, of course, will have 5 less IS than Treachery, but if you have the same setup, just an IS jewel in the helm, a Shale in the Reapers, and the 40 IS you get from Hustle, you'll be at 75 IS, the perfect IS for that breakpoint. But of course, with this setup, you could put a 15 IS jewel in the Reapers with damage and all that, but obviously that's very expensive. So let's see how well. Let me respawn the Ravens. I'll show you the damage of these other summons in just a minute. I think a lot of them are pretty good for survival purposes, at least. So maybe in this corner is where I should go. Yeah, that's a pretty good spot where I can chill. Sometimes the Woofies go, you see that? Oh, God. I might want to wear Ravenfrost. And I did find a Ravenfrost on ladder. I have some Cold Absorb. We'll see how much that helps with the cold, because my res are quite low. Oh my goodness, they did do the job. None of the summons have died. Oh my god. I think I might want to switch back. Oh my, look at this. I didn't even have to do anything. You see what I'm saying? This is chill. All right. I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to go to the Chaos Sanctuary, because with my Wind Droid, the Chaos is a struggle. I really have to bust my ass, be on my in-game to do it, all right? Successfully without dying. I'm thinking this is going to be a chill Chaos run. So let me pause the video, bro. All right, here we do be at the Chaos Sanctuary. So I'm going to get right up in here. Ooh, Mercenary leveled up. So obviously this is a Might Mercenary that I have, because the Might benefits your Dire Wolves, the 3 Dire Wolves that you have, and it also benefits your Grizzly, and of course your Mercenary himself. The Ravens don't take advantage of auras. However, the Reaper's Toll on your Mercenary, they'll definitely take advantage of the Decrepify. Oh my god. Does Blind overwrite the Decrepify? Oh, shit. Does it? If the blinding that the Ravens do, if that overpowers the Decrepify, that's a massive problem. And that's something that I know Project Diablo 2 has fixed, where they can be blinded along with being cursed. Yeah, this is a problem because the Raven's blind, and you need the Ravens. It's your only source of damage, basically, because the other ones are all subpar. So, yeah, this is a problem if... Yeah, and I forgot I was going to look into this. I mean, it still might be worth using Reaper's Toll. I'm guessing it is. Then they're either blinded or they're decrepified. But that's something that should definitely be fixed. So if you guys will, share this video with Vicarious Visions or whoever the hell's running the show here. And maybe they could do something like that. I mean, I know there's like 100 other things we want fixed beforehand. An item filter. For the creator's sake. Maybe a larger inventory. Stackable runes. Come on, man. Stackable gems. Things of that sort. Well, yeah, this is a big deal. This is just bullshit, you know. If the blind overwrites a curse, that's a problem. Because this droid already, this is a very lacking build compared to what else this game can offer. And I've seen, you know, topped out summon droids, and they pretty much suck compared to, like, say, a Javazan with an Ist rune worth of gear. You have a 40 high rune in value summon droid, and the Javazan with an Ist rune worth of gear can kill a hell of a lot faster, especially now with Sunder Charms being a thing. And that's just one example. You know, the same can be said about paladins, various paladins and sorceresses. Just, you could have 1/10 of the equivalent in terms of gear value, or worse, and perform better than this. So with that all being said, let enemies be blinded and cursed at the same time. You know, this is complete bullshit. That must have been a mistake way back in the day. You know, there's a lot of little things about D2 from the get-go that, I mean, this is, they were like pioneers of making this shit, right? But this stuff should be refined by now. I don't know if that was intentional. I don't know if they really wanted the enemies not to be blinded and cursed at the same time. Like, they thought that would just be way too much. It was probably just some fundamental thing that they never sorted out. But regardless, even if that is the case, it's completely beside the point. This stuff could use a little bit of a buff compared to, like, the caster builds and everything else. So after seeing this, again, it's chill. Do I want to go this over my Wind Droid? My Wind Droid can kill faster, and I knew that going into it. The Wind Droid can kill a lot faster. Here, let's see how well they take care of, like, this swarm, for example. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about this build so far? It looks like the frickin' blind does override the decrep, to my understanding. But again, you still might want to use it anyway. because he still gets some decrep going on. For bosses, for example, they can't be blinded, but they can be decrept, so at least you'll have nearly 100% uptime for decrepify on bosses. Along with things like the Trav, the Council, which is probably why this posse obliterated them, because they were all decrepified, and my Ravens are pecking the shit out of them without their little blind thing overriding the decrepify. Yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of a big deal. Yeah, you could say go Pride or something, but the problem is your Ravens don't take advantage of the aura, and the Spirit Wolves don't take advantage of the raw aura. They're just doing cold damage anyway. But then again, they don't take advantage of the Decrepify, but the Ravens do, and the Ravens are going to override the damn Decrepify half the time anyway. But I don't think every hit is a blind by the Ravens. I don't think every hit is a blind. Let's see. Nope, not a blind. Not a blind, not a blind. Oh, a lot of them are a blind. Look at that. They killed that guy. They hit him like 6 times, and none of the hits were blinding. So yeah, the interesting thing about the Druid is you control your summons a little. You tell them where to go and shit. I'm not doing a very good job here, but basically you cast your Raven on run, and they'll generally all gravitate toward it or fly toward it. Yep. Pride's really expensive, obviously. Maybe for endgame you'd want to use that over this. I don't think I would. I think I'd stick with the Decrepify. Again, for bosses, uniques, champions, you're going to fully take advantage of that Decrepify on the Merc, which is your prime enemies anyway. So I feel like I'd still rather have Rapers over something like Pride. You could have Beast in your main hand, obviously, but I just don't want to have to deal with the bullshit of switching back and forth from Beast to, say, Hoto, to when you cast your Ravens, you want them to be the highest level. I don't like to deal with that shit, and I can't deal with that now because I don't have an Enigma. Once you get an Enigma, maybe you'd want to try that, but then the problem is you can't have CTA on your offhand. You could just cast them with Beast, but you're going to miss out on 3 skills, which goes a long way and are extremely important when it comes to a shitty build like this. Alright, let's get the Wolfies out. I do like having 1 point in the Vine, the solar one. Oh, shit. Kind of a tough call if I want to do this over my Wind Droid. I'm still leaning toward it. I'm thinking I might. It's chill. Alright, let's see how well he takes care of Satan. All the summons out. Teleport right on him. Come on, buddy. There's the Decrepify. See how fast it takes him with the Decrepify? It's not bad. Not bad for what I'm used to playing these shitty builds. Alright, so let me show you the seals. Nothing in shapeshifting, nothing in elemental. Basically, put 1 point in the prereqs, and then max Raven. Alright? And then you max Grizzly, and then you max Direwolf, and then you max Spirit Wolf. And then I like having 1 point into Solar Creeper, because it really helps with the mana. It stays alive quite well if you have it like level 8+ with gear. So generally just 1 point sufficient. And then the remainder of your points go into Heart of Wolverine, which in this case, it's 18 with gear, 139% damage increase to the party, and 144% attack rating. So the Ravens at 29, 1582 to 1828 damage per Raven. You get 5 Ravens out, and they do 40 hits before poofing. So every 40 hits, you got to respawn them. Generally you do it earlier anyway because you're, like I said, you're targeting certain enemies, and you have to recast one to target them. So generally, you don't have to let them poof at all. So it's kind of convenient. Spirit Wolves, again, 1,000 life, about 400 cold damage. some nice attack rating, so they are decent tanks, I suppose. Direwolves, still the damage is quite inadequate, but they're what you have to work with. Yeah, again, I think they should double the damage on all your minions, and it still wouldn't be close to, say, a Javazan with 1 high rune worth of gear. If you were all topped out, but still. I think they should double the damage on all your minions. 1,857 life, 700 to 834 damage, and this is physical damage. You'd have 3 wolves out at once. Then there's Grizzly, who's a pretty good tank, and everything else, your highest damage emitter. But compared to the Ravens are just where it's at, because there's a bunch of them, and they fly over shit, and they hit pretty fast. So the Grizzly has 5,300 life at this point with maxed out synergy and level 29. 2,130 damage to 2,251 damage. So a very nice minion. And then your strength, just enough to use gear. A little bit of dex if you want, and then the rest into vitality. But what do you guys think about this build so far? I'm kind of curious to see how it performs in the pit, for example. And can it do the Ubers? I might have to experiment. I feel like I've heard legend that this build can actually do Uber Tristram. Or at the least Diablo clone. So stay tuned for videos on that. I think I would like to try it with his cheap-ass gear, for example, and see if I can murder in cold blood Diablo clone and get myself an Annie. Because Annies are basically free now, right? Diablo clone's all over the frickin' place now. Just like the Thunder Charm's basically free, just rain from the sky. They a lot of welfare and shit going on right now. In a game that's all about finding the good gear. And they're kind of giving it to us, so, I don't know, it makes you quit a little faster, in my opinion. But I'm taking the spiritual journey, man. And I recommend you guys, too, if you want to have a good time. As you know, I mean, it's weeks in a ladder. And look at the gear I'm using. I'm using the Spirit Sword still. The Spirit Shroud armor, are you for real? Come on, man. But if you guys will like this video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the page. More videos to come. Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see how well this guy does the D-clone, for example. And I'd love to try Tristram, but I'm sure he's going to get his ass kicked. And I'd like to try Pit as well, but this video is getting a little long, so I'm going to stop this shit, and maybe I'll have that for another video. Appreciate you guys. Peace be with you.